Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today to the Nagoya University G30 International Programs webinar. My name is Ilona Sakaguchi. I work here at the International Admissions Office. And today I would like to briefly introduce you to Nagoya University and especially to our G30 International Programs, which are our English taught programs. I'd like to talk both about the undergraduate programs and the graduate programs, as well as the admissions process, and give you necessary information that you need when you are applying. And at the end of the presentation, I will be going over some of the questions that you left in the form. But let's just get started. So let's start with a brief introduction. So first of all, where is Nagoya? So Nagoya is located in Japan, in the main island of Honshu. We are located right in the middle of Honshu, just a few hours from Tokyo and Osaka. It's a very convenient place to live if you like to travel. Our region is kind of a central hub for a lot of manufacturing industries, especially car manufacturing and aerospace parts production. So big companies like Toyota are based in this Aichi region. So it's a nice place to study because then you also have a lot of opportunities for jobs after graduation. And I really like living in Nagoya because there's a nice balance of kind of city life and nature where you have all the amenities and services that you have in any other big city, but you also have very quick access to the mountains around or to the seaside here to enjoy nature. One thing which I also like about Nagoya is the fact that it's very affordable. So it's not quite as crowded or expensive as other big cities in Japan. You can, even as a student, live here quite a comfortable life with reasonable rents and living expenses. Now, moving on to talking about Nagoya University. So our university was founded in 1871, and it's actually one of the top national universities in Japan. It's one of the 10 designated universities designated by the government of Japan to lead research and education in Japan. So it's part of a very elite group of universities in Japan. And of course, our rankings kind of vary year by year. But recently, we have been doing quite well in the Shanghai ranking, which emphasizes research. And in 2023, we placed third in their ranking inside Japan. And one thing that we are especially proud of is the fact that there are a lot of Nobel Prize winners coming from Nagoya University. So in the past 20 years, 6 researchers from Nagoya University have been awarded a Nobel Prize, especially in the fields of chemistry and physics. So our university emphasizes research a lot, and we are famous for natural science research, chemistry, physics, geology, biology, as well as medicine. And of course, we also offer a lot of humanities as subjects as well. There are about 16,000 students in Nagoya University, so we are kind of a mid-sized university. And about 16% of those 16,000 students are international students. So that's quite a large population in Japan, which is nice because you can, of course, have Japanese friends, but then you will surely have also friends from your own country to kind of create a community with. And today I'd like to especially focus on talking about the G30 International Programs. So those are our English language degree programs that are available both at the undergraduate and graduate level. But before I talk about the details of the programs, let me introduce you to our campus. So here you can see the main campus. It's called the Higashiyama campus. You can see here it's quite a large and green campus. There is a subway station right at the middle of the campus, which can take you to the city center in about 20 to 30 minutes. This is our main building, the Toyota Auditorium. As you can see here, the campus also includes quite many sports facilities. So things like tennis courts, there's a swimming hall, kendo dojo, judo dojo. Japanese universities place a lot of emphasis on extracurricular activities. So those are also available right on the campus. Another thing of interest is the location of the dormitories. So the location of the G30 undergraduate student dormitory is right here. So it's about a 10-minute walk from the main campus where all G30 undergraduate students study. This student is meant for the first-year students. Unfortunately, we cannot house all of the G30 students for the whole degree, but during the first year, you are guaranteed to have a spot at the G30 student dormitory. And after that, students move either to other dormitories around the university or to some private accommodation. And that is also true for the graduate students. So graduate students don't have a designated dormitory, but all the graduate schools will help you find accommodation. One thing I really appreciate about living in Japan is that it's really safe and secure. So no matter which part of Nagoya you live in, you can feel comfortable that all areas are very safe and secure. And even if you're coming back from the lecture late at night, then you don't have to worry about anything. So that's a big plus for living in Japan. Now, let's move on to talking about the programs that we offer. So here you can see our 10 undergraduate programs. So these are all 4-year bachelor's degree programs taught in English. And we have a program called Japan in Asia Cultural Studies program. So this is for anybody who is especially interested in Japanese culture. They study like cinema and literature, history, and compare those topics to kind of the cultural movements in other areas in Asia. So it's a really great humanities program. And then we have 2 other humanities programs under the umbrella of social sciences. So we have one social science program at the School of Law and one social science program at the School of Economics. And both of these courses are completely individual courses, but they are kind of sister programs. So they share a lot of the classes together. So even if you study law, then you'll probably have to take some economics classes and vice versa. And these programs also include things like political science, international relations. So if you're interested in those kinds of topics, then I recommend you to check out our website, which I will show you later. Again, we have biological science sister programs, one at the School of Science and one at the School of Agricultural Science. And these programs, again, separate programs with a little bit different emphases. So the biology program focuses on fundamental research, whereas the School of Agricultural Science biology program focuses on applied science. So things like nutrition or biotechnology, or perhaps even biomedicine or pharmacology. So a bit more applied subjects. Then again, we have 2 automotive engineering programs. These are very popular programs. There's one program available at the for mechanical engineering. So this focuses on the hardware of the car, things like engine and things like that. And then we have another program in electrical, electronic, and information engineering, which more focuses on the software of the car. So they develop things like electric cars or like self-driving cars, things like that. Then we have a very strong physics program. Physics program is focusing really, puts a lot of emphasis on research, and that's very well demonstrated by several Nobel Prizes to physics researchers from Nagoya University. The same goes actually for our chemistry programs. These are also one of our star programs with several Nobel Prizes in the past 20 years. Again, there's a chemistry program at the School of Science and a chemistry program at the School of Engineering. So similarly to biological science, the School of Science chemistry program is more focused on fundamental research, whereas the chemistry program at the School of Engineering is more focused on applied research. So if you are interested to kind of delve into the details of any of these programs, then again, I will show you where you can find more information about course selection, research groups, and things like that on our website. But these are our undergraduate programs, and let me show you what the curriculum kind of looks like in the 4 years. So during the first year, you are expected to take Japanese classes. So our courses don't have any mandatory Japanese requirement before you enter, but after you enter, you need to study some Japanese for at least 1 year, but we recommend that you do it for a bit longer since you're living in Japan and you might want to work in Japan in the future as well. During the first and secondary year, you will also be taking mostly liberal arts courses. So this means kind of general courses on many different topics. So even if you enter Nagoya University wanting to study physics, then in the first few years, you need to maybe study chemistry or economics or biology as well. And this is just to give you a bit more balanced education, which kind of prepares you for a larger variety of job opportunities in the future. But of course, from the second year onwards, more and more, you will focus on your own major specialized courses. There's a lot of seminars for the humanities courses students and a lot of lab work for the science students. So one thing that's quite special about our program is how early students can start doing real research. So all science students, for example, usually start some kind of lab rotation in the middle of their third year, where they get to know the professors and their research and their lab methodology. And based on that, they will choose a research lab where they join during the fourth year to do research and write a thesis. So the program emphasizes research a lot. But don't be fooled. Your fourth year will not be only spent in the lab doing research. You will have also mandatory courses outside of the basic research work you're doing. So that's the basic structure of our undergraduate curriculum. To talk a little bit about our graduate programs, here you can see which programs we offer. There are actually 19 graduate programs. So some programs you have only an option to do a master's, but some programs offer both possibility to a master's and a PhD. That's the D right here. So quite many of these programs are similar or the same programs that were available at the undergraduate level, which is nice because you can, if you're really passionate about research, you can do your undergraduate at Nagoya University and then continue in many cases all the way to PhD, like honing your skills and working on your research at Nagoya University. But then we also have a few programs outside of the undergraduate programs available in the graduate level. So, for example, there is an Earth and Environmental Science program available. This is actually the program where I did my PhD. So I studied geology at Nagoya University. I had a very good experience. The geology research level at Nagoya University is at a very high level. Then we have also a few courses available at the School of Medicine. So that's something we get a lot of questions. At the graduate level, there is a Master of Public Health program at the School of Medicine, as well as a medical science PhD option available. So for anybody interested in pursuing medicine in Japan, you can do that in Nagoya University from graduate level. Then we, of course, have a few humanities courses, linguistics and cultural studies, economics and business administration. There's also a civil and environmental engineering course. So quite a lot of variation. I'd also like to mention that outside of the G30 programs, there is also an English-based law program available at the Graduate School of Law. So unfortunately, today I don't have time to go over all the details of each of these courses. But again, I will show you some further resources a bit later on, where you can find more about what kind of research is done at Nagoya University. So next, let's get into a topic that we get a lot of questions, and that's kind of the financial side of studying at Nagoya University. So here you can see our tuition structure. So our tuition per year is about $3,600 US per year. And if you compare that, our tuition, to the average tuition that a international student has to pay in UK or in the United States, you can see that our tuitions are nearly 10 times lower. And that is because Japanese government, since we are one of the designated universities, they support us a lot so that the top students that are enrolled at Nagoya University don't have to worry about finances so much. So that's kind of the background of how we can keep the tuition level at such low level. As I mentioned, like other expenses, living expenses in Nagoya are quite reasonable. A student living alone would be expected to pay somewhere around $600 to $700 US a month for everything: rent, like electricity, food, things like that, your commuting. So compared to a lot of countries, I think that's quite reasonable. Now, of course, we have scholarships and financial aid available as well. So we offer a few scholarships at undergraduate level. One of them is called Nagoya University G30 Scholarship. Another one is called MEXT. These two scholarships you can apply when you submit your application online. You only have to submit your guardians or parents' income statement. So both of these scholarships are need and merit based. And both of these scholarships are full scholarships, so they cover tuition, living expenses for the full 4 years. And whether you've been awarded one of these scholarships, you will find out at the time when you get your admissions notification. We also have quite many Justo scholarships available. Justo scholarship is another type of Japanese government scholarships. This one you apply just before you enter Nagoya University during the summer, and it covers a stipend, like a monthly stipend, for about 6 months to a year. So it can help you kind of get settled in Nagoya when you first arrive. So I would say that 60 to 70% of our students have one of these 3 scholarships during their first year of undergraduate studies. Of course, we also have tuition fee exemption program, and this is quite beneficial for international students because this is based on basically your parents' income statement or tax records in Japan. So if your parents don't live in Japan and they don't have tax records in Japan, then you are quite likely to get maybe 30 to 50% tuition fee exemption at Nagoya University. If your parents live in Japan, it's a bit more complicated, but this is also something that the university will help you apply for right after you arrive to the university. Of course, there are several private scholarships and also some smaller national scholarships available after enrollment. We have a student support center, which will announce all of the scholarships and help you apply for them. Then just to say a few words about graduate level scholarships. There are a bit fewer scholarships available at graduate level, but I would advise you to visit the Nagoya University Doctoral Educational Consortium website. They have a lot of good resources about financial support for graduate students. So you can scan this QR code or visit this website to learn more. And I'd like to also mention another resource. There's more information on our website. You can scan this QR code here, or you can go to our YouTube channel, Nagoya G30, and find this video, Scholarships and Financing University Studies in Japan. So this is a seminar I did a while back, going over all options of financing your studies in Japan. So national governmental scholarships, Nagoya University scholarships, private scholarships, working for the university, part-time regulations, tuition exemption, things like that. So I talked for 1.5 hours about all the different options you have. So if you want to learn more, I recommend you to check out this video. It's very packed with a lot of information. Now, moving on to talking about the application process. So it's a bit simplified here, but this is the application flow for the undergraduate programs during the first round of applications. So both our undergraduate programs and graduate programs have 2 rounds of applications. And during the first round, all programs are available to apply to. And during the second round, only some programs are available. So we generally recommend you to apply during the first round so you don't miss the program you wanted to apply to. And for the first round of undergraduate applications, the online applications open in November and close in early December. And you can submit all of your application documents online. There's a 5,000 yen application fee. And then during kind of December and January, we will go over your documents and the professors will decide who they want to interview. And sometime in January, February, there will be an online interview during which the professors will decide who they want to enroll in their program. And here is a kind of a key tip if you're really interested in applying to our program, and that is you need to be prepared for very advanced program-specific examination questions. So especially for the science subjects, the interview is not just a casual conversation. It's more of an oral examination during which you're asked to answer questions like mathematics or physics or chemistry questions live in front of the professors, do calculations, solve problems that are given to you. So if you're really serious about getting into Nagoya University, it's really important to practice for the interview. I can see a lot of good students in the first round of applications. The documents look great, but many students are a bit underprepared during the interviews. Now, if you are lucky and you pass the interviews, the admissions offer as well as the result of the if you were awarded one of the scholarships is given in February, March. And that's also when you need to pay for the registration fee. And our classes start in October. So we follow a kind of international academic calendar. Instead of many Japanese universities start their semester from April, but the G30 programs at Nagoya University start in October. So there shouldn't be any gap between your like ending your high school studies and then enrolling to Nagoya University. And students are asked to move to Nagoya in late September for orientation. Now, let me go over very briefly which kind of documents are required when you apply. So for the first document screening, the online application, you need some kind of proof you're graduating or you graduated from high school. You need your last 2 years transcripts from your high school. We ask you to write 2 essays. It's really important not to use AI because we run all essays through an AI detector. We also recommend you to submit 2 recommendation letters from your high school teachers. From this year onwards, one of the recommendation letter will be optional, but we recommend you to submit both to make your application stronger. Then since this is an English language program, we ask you to submit English proficiency test scores. And then there are a few optional documents. We recommend you to submit curriculum-specific documents. So if there's a national final examination in your country, like in Indonesia and in India, there's like a final examination after high school, then that will be beneficial for your application. Also, if you have done any standardized tests, like SAT or ACT, then submitting those test results will make your application stronger. In addition, you can also submit a document showing other strengths. So if you have done internships or you have participated in competitions or something like that, then that can also make your application stronger. So anything to provide more information about you and your academic background and ability will be very helpful and will increase your chances of moving on to the second round to the interviews with the professors. Now, here is the application flow for the graduate programs. This starts a bit later in January, but the flow is basically the same. You submit your online application. There is a document screening. For the graduate programs, the document screening is the most important part of the application process. So you need to create a very carefully crafted research plan, and also many programs ask you to contact the professor you would like to work in advance by email and ask them if they would be willing to let you apply to be a master's or PhD student in their research group. So yes, for the graduate programs, definitely spend a lot of time making sure that your research plan is very solid, there are references, and that the research plan matches the professor under who you want to work for your master's or PhD. Then there's also an online interview, like during the undergraduate applications. You'll get your admissions offer in March, and again, you'll start your courses in October. So this is the basic flow. Again, there are also second rounds for the undergraduate and graduate programs. You can check out the dates on the website, but we recommend you to apply during the first round since most programs are available then. For the graduate school applications, again, you need proof of graduation, your graduation diplomas, academic transcripts, proof of English proficiency like TOEFL or IELTS test. The research proposal is very important. Again, 2 reference letters, and then you need a summary of your undergraduate research so we know which kind of research skills you already have. Then you can again submit documents showing other strengths. So especially if you have already published some peer-reviewed papers, that's a big plus for the graduate school applications. If you can submit GRE test results. but that is not mandatory. It's optional. GRE is like an SAT test at university level. So if you haven't taken this test, don't worry, it's not the most important part of the application. So today I only have time to briefly go over the application schedule and what you need to submit. We do have much more detailed kind of seminars dedicated to like explaining step by step how exactly to apply both to the undergraduate and graduate programs. So again, I recommend you to go to our website. There are very good instructions there, or to our YouTube channel, Nagoya G30. So there's both an undergraduate and a graduate school version of explaining all the details. So today, I will not go too much into details, but I think most of you are interested. What about after graduation? What kind of opportunities I might have? So here you can see some of the companies our G30 students have gone after graduating. Big companies like Toyota, Siemens, Shiseido, even Tesla. So overall, our students generally don't have too much trouble finding a job. However, if you want to work in Japan, it's really important to speak Japanese. So not to skip Japanese classes, even though it's sometimes a bit tough, but keep studying Japanese for the full 4 years. That will give you the best chances to stay in Japan after graduation. Quite a few of our students pursue higher education after their bachelor's degree. And we are quite proud of how well our undergraduate students are placed after graduation. So they have gone to such small institutions as Harvard or Cambridge or Oxford or Stanford. So the long period of research activity really prepares the students well for further research in some of the top institutions in the world. And quite a few of our students also continue at Nagoya University. Now, if you're interested in kind of about the details of like career paths that our alumni have had, there is a career path of alumni page here, where you can see program by program, country by country, examples of what our students have done after graduation. So if you're curious, please check that out. Now, you will find most of your questions answered on our website. I would like to briefly show it to you. You can scan this QR code and get to our admissions website. Here you can see, for example, the undergraduate page. So each program has their own page. So if you click, for example, mechanical engineering, you can see the program description as well as the curriculum, course lists, list of laboratories, as well as how to apply. Yes. And here you have also recommended scores for the kind of students we are looking for. Now here is the undergraduate program application page. Here you can find the details on the application schedule for both of the rounds, as well as like all details about the application documents. So after this webinar, I recommend you to read through this, and you will get a better idea of how the application procedure goes. Here you can see the application admission requirements for 2025. The 2026 application requirements will be published sometime in September, October. And this is the link to the application portal. So also, I'd like to recommend you to check out our social media. we publish a lot of content on student life and like introductions to our programs. So if you're kind of curious to get to know us more, I recommend you to check out either our Instagram or our Facebook page for more. So this was kind of a brief explanation of what the G30 program has available, but I've given you some hopefully useful resources where you can learn more. And if you have any questions, there is a contact us section on our website also. So we'll be happy to answer any questions you might have about applying to Nagoya University. So thank you so much for listening, and we look forward to seeing you sometime, hopefully next year. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.